I'm Matt Gross, the Frugal Traveler for the New York Times. This summer, I'm embarking on the grand tour of Europe. Over 12 weeks, I'll seek out ancient history and contemporary culture. I'll find cool hotels and eat memorable meals. And I'll stretch the US dollar to the breaking point.
From up here, Edinburgh looks like such a nice, peaceful city. So medieval, so stately, so stoic. A relaxing place to spend the final week of my frugal grand tour of Europe.
Hi! 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 Hi!
But down in the streets, the Scottish capital is in a frenzy. It's August, and Edinburgh has been taken over by the Fringe Festival of comedy, theater, dance, music, and whatever else you can think of. There are more than 2,000 shows playing, so it can be tricky to figure out what's worth seeing and what's not. One way to narrow down your options, and to save money, is simply to watch the free performances that are going on all over the city. Some of them are quite good, like these Japanese mimes.
Oh!
Others, well, sometimes you get what you pay for. Still, you have to admire the performer's dedication, especially in the face of Edinburgh's reliably unpredictable weather. If you happen to be in town for Fringe Sunday, held in the occasionally sunny Edinburgh meadows, you can get quick previews of lots and lots of shows.
Please mind the gap. Please mind the gap. Please don't disturb this man when he's trying to rap. Please stand clear of the closing doors. The closing doors determine my chosen course when I infiltrate your city like a Trojan horse.
And if you've actually got a few quid to spend, you have to visit the half-price ticket kiosk. It's also a good place to find new recommendations.
How do you figure out what's a good show and what's a bad show?
It's an impossible question to answer, isn't it?
Well, not entirely impossible.
And they started off and they had like lampshades on their heads that were supposed to be planets. And it was supposed to be this comedy thing and it just got worse. And yeah, I think they paid their family to clap.
I picked the cheapest show playing between 2 and 3 p.m. Damned Beautiful was based on The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And I guess it explored ideas of obsession and narcissism or something. Me, I just like the way they move, and I like the music. Actually, the easiest way to pick which shows to see, and which to avoid, is just to ask the people who are out there in the streets promoting their work.
It's a surrealist heist thriller.
It's a parody of like Japanese horror films.
It's a new black comedy set in hell. It's The Third Condiment, about the guy who creates the successor to Salt and Pepper.
A failing director puts on a show about Judy Garland.
Two friends stuck in an office and unable to escape.
Lots of cheesy American accents, lots of really good fun sing-along songs.
I'm doing a show called They're Small. It's about male infertility, essentially.
Set in Iraq with blood, guts, guns, gore, prostitutes, pimps, and talking sheep.
And there you have it, the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Frankly, after a few days of crazy theater and constant downpours, I had a serious case of fringe fatigue. But in Edinburgh, relief lies minutes away, on the fringes of town, in the crags and peaks of Holyrood Park.
This is going up to Arthur's Seat, one of the crags that overlooks the city of Edinburgh.
After 3 months of constant adventure, the grand tour is over. And I have to say, I'm a little worn out. But I also know that as soon as I'm home, as soon as I look at these images, as soon as I remember the foods I've eaten and the friends I've made, I'll be craving the open road again. This grand tour may be over, but only for the moment. For the New York Times, this is Matt Gross, the Frugal Traveler.